like, I don't know, like, that's all I've been thinking about like all day today. Like I woke up literally the one thing I always do every day. It's probably a bad habit. It's probably not healthy for me. But I open my phone right away. I have it right next to me. Open my phone and what do I see? Yeah, everyone does that. That's just like how you're alive today. And like, that's bad enough. But the second thing I do is open Twitter. Oh, God. And then I saw right away the video. The first thing on my feed this morning was that video of the I think his name was Alex Preddy, I believe, being shot and beaten up and pepper sprayed by the ICE agents. And I don't know, man, like, how do we, like, I feel like it's barely been a month and there's been so many of these instances, so much of this. And it's just like, fucking dude, I don't know. Like, this sucks. People, it drives me crazy thinking about the fact that there are so many people that see that and don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's like what drives me the most crazy, is that we're surrounded by people that can see that and be like, yes, more of that. Yes, please.
I will say, and obviously what happened is just monstrous. But the fact that we got multiple angles on this is a really good thing, because and when the lady with the pink jacket, her video came out, I mean, it's pretty obvious. They just walk up to him, pepper spray him, knock him to the ground, beat him, disarm him, and then shoot him in that order. And I mean, it's 9 times.
Yeah, if you've not seen the video, 9 bullets.
And then afterwards clapped and said boo-hoo to protesters.
To the fucking So like, I will say, with all those extra videos coming out, like, they lost today. I mean, who knows if this sticks, they're fucking cowards. They'll get their marching orders. But like, Tim Pool and Asmongold both were like, no, this guy was executed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's just no, like.
Well, I think this shooting really puts the gun conversation back into the forefront, similar to when Philando Castile was also murdered in Minnesota, because he was a lawful carrying gun owner. And the NRA was silent when he was murdered. They're going to be silent with this. And I've already seen a couple of representatives and Kristi Noem who are using his being armed lawfully as the reason for why this happened. And so they're already sort of, it'll be interesting to see which ones are actually diehard guns rights people, because like, they're essentially arguing that being at a protest with a gun means you can be executed, even
that's
if you
the
are
crime. Yeah, that's the crime to them.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
very angry.
I am too. I've just been angry and sad all day, frankly.
I have family in Minneapolis, and I have friends in Minneapolis. I go up there a lot throughout the year, and it makes me so sad. It's one of my favorite places in the world, and they're essentially being like targeted and blackmailed by the DOJ, or not the DOJ, DHS.
Yeah, no, it's just, I've just been like sad all day. Like, that video was bad enough, and that was like him just being executed. I mean, there's no other way to call it. Nothing else to call it but an execution. And then of course Renee Good just 2 fucking weeks ago.
Yeah.
And like, so like, both of those were bad enough, but I don't know if you guys saw that video of, I'm blanking on his name, but he was just like some guy protesting, and he was being detained. He was surrounded like fucking horde, but like fucking zombies. Fucking ICE agents are fucking zombies. Just like thoughtless, evil fucking zombies surrounding this guy, bringing him to the ground. And he's shouting his name out, and he's like, "You're going to have to kill me."
Yeah.
And I'm like getting emotional.
Is that the guy who was like, somebody help me, if they take me, I'm going to die. They're going to kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it like the camera person like pans over to his wife. Like,
it's, yeah. I will say I saw one video from shortly after that. It didn't make me happy, but it made me feel a little bit better. It was an older man that was like 78, and he was out at the protests in Minnesota, which by itself kind of is awesome because it was like negative 12 degrees without the wind chill.
Yeah.
But this was directly after the shooting today. He was just talking to the reporter saying how upset he was. And then you just watch him walk off into like a cloud of tear gas. this old man.
No, I saw that. He was like a 70-year-old. He's like, I'm angry.
I was like,
and he just like disappears.
We need that. We need more people, and especially more older people like that. That he's just like, I'm so like, I don't want this to be the world that I leave for everybody else. And I love that. I love that energy.
No, that dude, pure aura farming. That guy was sick. That might be like the coolest like protest moment I've seen.
I'm of the opinion that Minnesota needs Jesse Ventura.
Yes. Dude,
I'm so glad he's still alive and the exact same kind of person that he was like 20 years ago.
He has not changed at all.
I would move to Minnesota if he ran and won. I think like I'm that Ventura build.
No, as a kid I grew up watching like him and being like interested in him. I think it was like either after, I don't remember when he was mayor, but it was like he was well known in like the 2010s, of course, but like I was always fascinated by that guy. But no, sorry, I started like I started tearing up a little bit ago and couldn't talk. I just wanted to finish my thought from earlier before we go too far. It's just like they're just like tearing people and families apart, and it's just like, fuck, man. It's just horrifying. I just cannot believe that this is a country with people like, I don't know, fucking evil.
It's, I've been kind of right there with you, talking to some of my friends. Maddy, you and I have talked about this too. And it's like, I do the same thing. I cry a little bit, and it's like, well, fuck my tears. What does that mean? Because here I am, like on the other side of the fucking world, basically out in the middle of the, and it's not affecting me. And it's just this sort of like, I don't know, almost like a survivor's guilt thing, really. Like you see this horrible thing happening, it's not affecting you, and there's just like this tension that pulls on you. And one of the friends that I was speaking with about this, she was at the movies with her mom and said something like, well, I was just kind of at the movies and my mom was getting water or whatever it was, and I'm in the lobby watching this on the news, and I thought about like what were like German citizens in the 1940s feeling when things were happening. And so I got a book, and it's called They Thought They Were Free by Milton Meyer, excuse me. That's just like excerpts of journals and interviews from people in like, late 30s, 40s Germany. And it's very, it feels really similar and eerie, of a sort of like, especially in the early times, there's a lot of parallels to draw there. So,
shit. Yeah.
I guess I would say I'll go ahead.
No, you can go on.
I don't know. I just hope that everybody that's out there, like I see it in our Discord. I see it with my friends that I talk to. I see it online. I just hope that you're like, it hurts. It sucks. It's paralyzing. I hope that you're taking care of your mentals as best you can. I don't really have good advice. I guess what I would say is just that, we have stuff like podcasts and entertainment, and those aren't necessarily always a bad thing. They can be distracting, of course, but we do have those things, and that's hopefully helpful. But I guess I would just say that even if, or especially when the odds feel stacked against us, we are predominantly in charge of like writing our own endings. So just remember, the majority of people think this is fucked up. You are not alone. Most people think this is fucked up. This is not normal. More people, I think, every day are waking up. And I think that one thing that has helped me is just getting involved. I went to a protest today, and made me feel better. I mean, fuck what I feel or whatever. That's neither here nor there, but just do something. That's my only advice. Do whatever small thing, whatever's within your ability, your financial means, whatever wherewithal that you have. Do one small thing and build off of that as a founding. If you've never gone to a protest, if you've never been involved in any organizing, that's okay. Now's the time. It'll make you feel better, and it'll obviously be a net positive. So that's really all I've got.
Yeah, highly recommend. Nothing feels better than going to a protest and being like, oh, I'm not alone, and I'm not just like sad by myself.
Even if you go alone, you're not alone. Just being around.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, you can just go by yourself, and you'll just be like, there are so many other people out there that feel the exact same way. And that feels like good to like stand up with other people and do that sort of thing and like hopefully make a difference. I mean, just look at the people in Minneapolis. They are so fucking brave. Like these fucking like Will Stancil. Yeah. I am sending in my Will Stancil apology.
Yeah,
form.
I gotta fill mine out too.
I have it in a letter right now. Yeah.
We all owe him an apology.
No, he is he is like putting in some work out there. Him and of course so many other Minneapolis residents and people in Minnesota are also doing that, and it's
the
just like really
spirit
inspiring.
of Minnesotans has been genuinely inspiring to me, and Will Stance is a part of that, of course. I look forward to being in a more civilized world again, where I can yell at Will Stancil over charts and graphs and whatever. You know.
I know. It's odd to be like, Comrade Will Stancil, I will follow you anywhere into battle.
I mean, I've kind of given him his roses on this show a few times. There was that time right after Trump got elected where he was like, when Gavin Newsom was starting to throw like trans people under the bus over sports, and he was like, no, listen to me right now. We can all stand together and fight this and win, or we can die alone in a ditch. And I was like, Jesus Christ, Will Stancil, I was unfamiliar with your game.
He went
all
Jack
right,
Shepherd on that.
Yeah.
We live together, die alone.
Literally, he was spitting fucking facts. So I don't know.
No, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I think a lot of what's happening right now is like, you know, we used to, I see some people I used to have very petty arguments with. Well, maybe they're petty in retrospect, especially. And now it's like, okay, these people, at least I know their souls are like proper and like good people on some level, you know. I don't know. I'm sending in. I think we all need to send in our apology forms to Will Stancil.
Just stand together with anybody and everybody that will resist all this. And I saw the protests in DC that were going on tonight. Somebody that I followed was there on the ground. Lots of people that are reporting good things. I'll just say this. Here's a barometer. I might delete this. We'll see. On my personal Instagram, not my Bird Respecter one, but just my normie one, I posted something that was like, I'm doing my like twice annual Instagram check-in to say hi to my friends. Also, if you support what ICE is doing, you should yourself. And within like 45 minutes, I got like 200 likes. I never get that many likes on anything. You know what I mean? And I have a large confluence of different people on there because it's like former coworkers and whatever. So I just don't think that anybody, like there were people who are paid to will of course like try and defend this, but I just don't like normal people, even ones who you otherwise hate. They can't. This is completely indefensible. That's
something that I think people need to, especially on Twitter/X. Like a lot of the people you see responding on there are not real.
Yeah.
Or they're not from here, or they're not like.
They're agitators.
Like, it was a nice reminder that those people are not real when I saw pictures and videos of the protests last night in Minneapolis, because they were huge. I mean, it was like 100,000 people probably.
Yeah,
like
and it was like negative 20 degrees.
Negative 20 degrees, and that many people show up to protest. I mean, that was pretty inspiring. And I think, I think people just need to remember that what they're seeing online is designed to make them think certain ways. And people in real life don't support this. I mean, I have even Trump supporting relatives that have spoken out and said this was wrong, and same with Renee Good. They saw Renee Good and they said that was wrong as well. So I mean, even some Trump supporters that I know are calling it out. So the internet's not real.
I'll say this: that post that I made, I just looked at it again. You know, the top comment or the top like that I saw in there is an old friend of mine from a million years ago. Her husband works at the fucking ICE facility in Tacoma, Washington. She liked my post.
Well, are you serious?
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't talked to her in years. A long time ago, he did. I know that, but anyway. But yeah, it's like nobody likes this shit at all. It's terrible.
Americans are used to this happening overseas in Iraq. Now that they're forced to see this in front of them, they're like, wait, this is like demonic and evil, and this makes me feel bad. Like, this is fucking, now that the empire is turning it on itself, everyone has to like reckon with that. And I think the average person seeing that right in their backyard, it sucks that it takes that to be like, maybe there's something
back and we're not ready for it.
It sucks that it has to be this way. It's always being personally affected. That changes people's opinions. But I don't know. I do think that seeing this shit in their fucking backyard is going to just
that's another thing too, where I just don't like, if Trump, or I don't know who's calling the shots here, but if whoever's calling these shots had decided to just keep it localized to like to just Minneapolis. It would be a lot smart. I see them starting to like, oh, they're going to do a surge in Philly. Really stupid goddamn idea, by the way. It's like for a number of reasons, Philadelphia is built different. And I don't want to take anything away from the courageous acts that I've seen in Minneapolis, but that's a different fucking breed right there, first of all. But second of all, like the more that you expand this, it's really hard to like sometimes remember this when you see these videos. These are just neighborhoods. This was happening like right in my neighborhood just the other day. They were doing sweeps not far from where I live. So when you see these videos, remember, these are neighborhoods. People will be forced to fucking reckon with this face to face. So the more that the tentacles expand into other areas, it's going to get more and more unpopular.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in Iowa. We are already seeing, I mean, I haven't seen anywhere I live, but I have been hearing reports, especially in like northeastern Iowa, that ice is being seen in a lot of towns up there. And I mean, I'm scared because I don't live in Minnesota with a more liberal government. I have a complete, it's all Republicans here. I mean, we are most likely getting a Democratic governor at the end of this year. But he's the most.
That's crazy.
But he is the most milquetoast, like centrist Democrat. I mean, he's better than what we have, but he's not the best choice imaginable. And so I think I'm not really scared for myself, but like I'm scared for people around me because we don't have the support of the government. And not to say Minneapolis does, because their support from their government hasn't been amazing, but like. Yeah, I mean, our government here is going to welcome ICE with open arms. And I do think that it will turn some people against it once they see it here. But it does scare me knowing that like our government is happy to have them here and wants them here.
I haven't seen one happen yet. I've heard the noise, and I did see that really fucked me up. That's why I think Maddy, this is when you and I talked about it last, was I didn't see it really happen. I just kind of saw the aftermath. And when they talk about, they just leave the cars there, doors open. You know what I mean? The car doors open and they just leave. It's like a person was straight up taken off the street. That will be a sight that I never forget. You know,
it's been all over Minnesota. My cousin sent me a picture, her neighborhood, in Minneapolis. There was like 3 or 4 abandoned cars when she came home from being gone for a couple days for school. And she just came home and there was abandoned cars like all over their street, which is just so dystopian and terrifying.
That's it just boggles my mind that people can still see this. And I mean, I think you're right. A lot of these people are probably paid and not real that say they like this stuff.
And there are also people that are, they get their information from years and years of propaganda and pipelining. So it takes a while for them to kind of like have that conservative ego death where you realize, oh my God, right?
Well,
like, wait a minute.
And I think a lot of them keep themselves ignorant, because I saw a video recently of a woman who was she said she was an ex-Trump supporter. This was right after Renee Good. She was crying and she said, when I was a Trump supporter, I wouldn't have never watched the video. She said, I would have gotten all of my information from Fox News and from whoever else. And she's like, I would never have watched that video if I was a Republican still. And that to me makes a lot of sense. I think a lot of these Republicans just don't watch these videos. They'll take whatever Fox News and whatever mouthpiece,
Stephen Miller, the way he said it was, what did he say? Something like an armed assassin tried to like kill him.
A would-be assassin is what he said.
Fuck
Which
off.
is like, it's a thought crime to have a gun in an open carry state now,
it makes you an assassin.
Yeah. It makes you a would-be assassin? Okay, man.
I mean, I have my concealed carry permit. If
you're a Republican who only listens to them for your news, then your official narrative would be this guy was a domestic terrorist assassin trying to kill all the ICE officers. And I guess if you just believe that, you believe that, and you don't want to look at the video. But anybody, I think, who has seen the video knows what happened. And if they're saying otherwise, they're lying.
Especially the second or third angle, whatever, the lady with the pink coat, her, if you see the original video, it's hers. Yeah. Once you see hers, it's just, I mean, it never was. But even somebody who's trying really hard to find a way to excuse that, if you see that other angle, it's completely indefensible.
I am genuinely surprised that ICE didn't like tackle her and like delete the footage after.
Well, they were trying
happened.
to, from what I heard, and information moves so fast.
They took a bunch of witnesses to the federal building.
I did hear that. I did see them arresting people around the incident, but I totally thought that the pink jacket, because she was right there. She got like that angle was just. I mean, it's you can't dispute what you can see in that video. It's like. You have to just be blind, willingly blind, welcoming people treading on you and wanting just a police state. Like if you watch that and don't think like what we witnessed is an open street execution. They do.
Yes.
Like Riley Gaines just posted, it's really easy to not get killed by an ICE agent. It's like, all right, well, okay. How about the next government, far left government, ICE, reformed ICE now works for the left. Knock on your door.
We're going to send them to your fucking neighborhoods. Because by the way, that's what they do. They go right through your neighborhood and they fucking knock on doors. If you're lucky, they knock. Now they're saying they don't even have to knock. So why don't we send one to wherever Riley Gaines lives and see how she likes it then?
Well, I mean, can you imagine during the Obama administration if a federal officer executed somebody for being armed in an open carry state and they said that it was fine because he had a gun? Like, can you imagine?
What's the Greg Bovini something?
Greg Bovino.
4'2", the bovine. He's dressing like an actual fucking Nazi, dude.
He's a fucking cow. That's his fucking name. Yeah, he dresses like a fucking
bovine. He dresses like an SS officer. I think he does it though to make himself look taller. Because he wears like that really long black trench coat, which I think he thinks will make him look long.
It looks.
That's easy. It's like, I'm not a Nazi. I'm just a little guy.
I'm not a Nazi. I'm just really insecure about my height.
Come on, dude. Those boots, the boots alone, got to be adding a couple inches, and you still need that coat, bro. I guess what I was going to say is like, imagine if the bovine existed during the Obama administration. Like, even without the killings, just a guy who looked like that and dressed like that, they would have done J6 like years early. Like, you know what I mean?
No, and it's crazy that like this fucking dude, this like fucking cow, this fucking freak bitch, this fucking like 2'2" fucking loser bitch. He walks around like they do like Aura recording style, but like videos.
Dude.
It's like, how are we supposed to see videos of him being posted by government accounts lobbing fucking tear gas at crowds of people and be like, yeah, that's normal. Yeah, that's like just a normal law enforcement behavior to like Aura farm Nazi like attack citizens. Like, what are we doing here, man? What are we doing
my
here?
favorite is somebody on Twitter pointed out that he has a Praetorian guard of other short guys, so he looks normal.
I saw that. Yeah,
which I think that's probably you sending me that. Yeah.
Just little guys.
He has to look like he's not a freak. So he can't find anybody shorter than him to look tall.
No.
Because then it gets into, weird territory. But he can find people around the same height.
Yeah, any shorter than him would be like a DEI hire situation. The right would get mad at that, probably.
They would be like, what does that person have any business doing with ICE? They shouldn't be working there.
No, definitely not. My God, yeah, I don't
know.
I'm just
saying this is like I'm not short necessarily, but I'm sub-6. You know what I mean? When we did our live show, I was the second tall person in the group. I'll say that. But that's not saying much. But I will say this. You got to go the other way with that, bro. Like if the bovine is listening to this, before you throw me into a black cell, just understand, go the other way with it. Get the biggest guys you can find. It's actually way sicker, dude. Like when I used to play sports and football and shit, and I was hanging out with my guys, I was a little guy. It's fucking awesome. You're untouchable.
I would much rather be surrounded by big guys. And I feel like when you're short, especially as a man being short, like my whole family has the two extremes. I have an uncle who's like 6'9", and then I have everybody else is like 5'3". But like you just have to have confidence. And with somebody like him, you can tell that he doesn't believe in anything he says and just wants to like be liked. A lot of these people do, I think.
Yeah.
And so it's like, of course you look like a freak because you're not confident in who you are.
Yeah. Someone, I don't know who this was. I don't know if I could even find it, but a couple of days ago, someone pointed out that he looks like how the artists for the show, the cartoon Ren and Stimpy.
I saw that.
I saw that one too.
Oh my gosh.
It's like he does. He looks like the veins are popping out of his face. He's gonna have a fucking blood vessel tear explode on his face, like blood dripping down, like eyeballs. You know how like that old like skateboard style or like that like metal style from like the into like 2000s or 90s where it's like the eyeballs are out with like the like connectors like still there. Like that's how he looks to me. He looks like that dude.
I
that
kept
like
thinking
fucking
of
metal
like
guy.
Ed, and Eddie, where like the outlines are moving constantly. Like it looks like they're like constantly just kind of like vibrating.
Yeah.
That's what I imagine with him. Is he would have like really
even when he's standing
weird...
still.
Yes. He just constantly looks like he is vibrating.
Yeah, I think we just need to draw Mr. Bovine in every sort of fucked up art style, and then he'll just go away.
Well, good news. I just got my iPad and my pencil. I'll be doing lots
that's
of.
right.
Yep, I can draw him in doing crazy things if we want.
Unlimited potential.
Love to see it.
I am so excited.
Yeah, no, I need to see whatever you come up with. I cannot wait to see how we can torture him metaphorically, digitally on devices.
On Minecraft.
But you know, they're going to be going into Philly soon, and it's like they burn down their city there and climb trees and and like fucking streetlights when they win like football. They do that when they win good
they
things.
Just do
happens.
it either way.
Yeah, they just do it.
I don't know if you like. Okay, so to anybody who doesn't follow, like, I know a lot of people get upset when I do sports ball shit on here. Now I promise this time it's relevant. They actually in playoff games for football and baseball and stuff, they have to pre-grease light posts. Like they grease the posts because win or lose, they're gonna climb up those posts and they're gonna flip cars. So
no, they're spiritually like soccer fans in Europe. Like they do shit that only the French can dream of.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
I mean, I'm curious when they'll do that. I saw today that Minnesota, I'm assuming like official works for the state. I don't know what he does, but he said that Pam Bondi sent them a message after the shooting, basically being like, we'll pull ICE out of the state if you give us all this stuff, which I think
voter records.
Yeah, voter records.
The voter records.
There was something else too that I think she has, but like, so, I mean, they're not even like, I don't know. I guess it's just whenever they decide they're done with Minnesota, because I don't think they're going to turn over those records to them. So I guess Philly can train.
They're
intentionally making this like a battleground. They're doing this. They're going to do this here in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. And they're going to do everything they can to test every lever of power and violence, more specifically, every lever of violence that they can, just to see what they can squeeze out.
Yeah.
To try, I don't quite know what the goal of is getting the voter records. I saw that right as we started recording.
They're pushing for that here in Washington State, too. They want our voter records.
I think they're doing it across the country. I think they're trying to get
Why, though? Like, what do they gain from that? That's what I wasn't able to look into before we started.
I'm sure there are people out there who will let us know. Actually, you know what? Because we've been pushing the mailbag. That's a good one. Mail it, kill the computer. When we do our bonus episode, maybe we can talk about that. I don't know why, but is a theme.
The only thing that I can think of is like they believe that millions of illegal immigrants vote in elections, so maybe they're gonna look through. But also, I don't think that would be why. I don't think that. Yeah. That's the only thing I could think of, though.
That's, I feel like, why what they would say they're looking. I just, I haven't had a chance to look too deep into that yet. Because that doesn't quite make sense, because we all know that there's not really widespread evidence of like millions of illegals voting in elections. We just know that's true. Especially they could look at states that are friendly with their administration and like there's like 20 states that have Republican governors. More than that, they could put together easy data analysis of half of the country and determine, like, you know, more broadly, how does this look for, like, they're not doing stuff like that. They're specifically targeting like states, like blue states, blue cities, big cities
that they didn't win.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's the most important point.
My fear of that is, so like in Washington State, what I do know is, like, you know, if you're not legal to vote here, there are certain actions that you can do where, like, if you register for your license, you can opt in to be registered to vote and stuff like that. So, like, I was listening to some bullshit conservative talk radio when I was at work, and it was like, yeah, I hosted a foreign exchange student, and when we got him his license, they registered him to vote. But it's like, okay, but did he? Because they have ways to, like, make sure you don't, or, like, to double check. You know what I mean? So I think my concern, and I don't know, again, please, if you do know, if you've been paying attention to this and please let us, just hit us up. But there's like a pretext to, like, oh, all future elections are invalid. We have the data that, like, illegals are voting. We've got maybe that's a part of this. I don't know. That's kind of conspiracy speculation, conjecture, but it's not good. I mean, if they're willing to murder U.S. citizens and invade cities, like, obviously whatever they're doing is probably going to be pretty fucking bad, but I just don't really know what the end game is there.
Yeah.
No, I see what you mean with that. They're, like, sort of building a pretext to, like, oh my God, we have evidence that, like, 200 million illegal immigrants voted. We have to cancel the next election, or it's like some shit like that. Is, like, sort of like they're gonna sort of use fake evidence. They're going to do some, like, trumped up fucking bullshit and lie and use that as justification for whatever they're planning. Who fucking knows at this point what they're gonna do with that? But I don't know, man. It's just all so fucking bleak. It's just like every fucking day. It's like, oh, wow, another person fucking killed by the state. Another person fucking disappeared by the state. Another 5-year-old used as a fucking human shield to, like, draw out their father. Just like, what are we fucking doing here, man?
It's a depressing state of affairs.
It is. All I'm going to say, I think, all I'm going to say is if they go into Philadelphia, they're gonna do some things to them that they won't even know what's coming to them. Philadelphia people, I know a couple of you, I know some people from there that don't currently live there. They do things that you can't even comprehend yet.
I did see an article, or maybe it was like a clip from Fox News or something. I don't know. It was a clip from something that they were talking about how ICE agents in Minneapolis especially are dealing with a lot of morale issues, of course, because everybody's screaming in their faces that they're pussies and that they're, traitors to the country and all this stuff. And if Minnesota can wear down their morale enough and then they have to go into Philly, it might be over. It might be over for them.
I mean, honestly, the only moral thing for any ICE agent to do right now is to follow the path of the Israeli and themselves. I'm so real. That's the only moral path for them.
This is the one time I'm so glad I'm private on Twitter, because it's forced me to stop. I can't respond to people, but I see tweets from people defending this kind of stuff all day, and I'm just my brain is like, yourself.
Like, it doesn't hit the same, but it feels good though. Yeah.
Yes, but it's probably a good thing I'm not saying that to every single person I encounter.
Yeah. No, I've started to refrain from doing stuff like that.
I've really been pumping my numbers up, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. You're getting banned on TikTok every couple days.
I do. I'm on my 3rd TikTok account now. That's true. Yeah.
What do you mean? You told me you just got banned on your Instagram account for a specific, like, football page recently. I was like, what are you doing on there?
He sends me screenshots of the comments he leaves on videos, and I'm just like, how did you think that was going to go?
There's always like a couple. There's a short window of time between when it either gets reported or just the automated things kick in. And usually the person that I'm saying these horrible things to will get the notification that somebody said that to them. And then I can tell when they saw it, because I have the thing on where I see that they view my profile. And then I'll message them like, do you like what you see, bitch? See anything you like? Whatever,
I only really follow your stuff, your socials, like on your Bird Respecter accounts, like, the socials that
just understand the work comes in outside of those accounts. Those are the ones, my public facing ones. Yeah.
And whenever I hear about, like, your other, like, social experiences, the things you do just, like, on your off time, I am just, like, so fascinated by you as a person. It's so
10
funny.
times more mentally ill than anything I've ever done publicly on those pages.
Yeah, I would have never guessed. The things that you get up to.
Yeah, I mean, if my own fucking team, the Seattle Seahawks, will block me on Instagram, imagine what my enemies will do.
They honestly, they don't know what they're missing. You're one of their strongest soldiers, and they fucking killed you.
They did. And it's all because they had to get that fucking cross-burning Zoomer Tucker Wetmore for the fucking halftime show for the conference championship game. I'm still mad about that.
I think you have to be friends. It's what's your name on Blue Sky right now? Mr. Friendship.
Mr. Friendship. Yeah. Whenever I change my name to something like that, or like I don't know, the Happiness Enjoyer or Mr. Friendship, just know that I'm doing that to counteract some evil shit that I'm doing in my personal life. You know,
it's really good. No, I love when you change your name and it's always something else. It was Tucker Wetmore official a couple of days ago, which was Tucker really funny. Wetmore account.
Well, that's not like that one didn't land at all because thank God, nobody on there knows who Tucker Wetmore even is. Tucker Wetmore has no presence. That's the thing that you got to do on Twitter, and then be like, I'm actually the real Tucker Wetmore, and then you have to fight with him, you know? Anyway.
Oh God, I don't know. We're already like fairly into this.
Yeah.
I think if you guys want to just like keep talking about, I don't know, this could maybe be our ice episode for now. And we can come back to the Erika Kirk one another time
because we're gonna tour. We'll have more to talk about within a week.
Yeah. So just to contextualize things, guys. We were going to do an episode on Erika Kirk's kind of the conspiracy surrounding her and some of the fun stuff on that. We're still going to, and we need to, but I was talking to June and to Maddy, and I was like, I think we just have to like, originally it was like, hey, can we just spend like 5 minutes of just saying like, don't doom, like never doom something, and acknowledge how terrible it feels to fucking have the audacity I have to podcast today after seeing that, how terrible everything feels like. Have to acknowledge it, but I don't know.
Yeah, and to like laugh about, and like, you know, we were laughing throughout this, but to the idea of being like, oh, we're going to talk about really funny Erika Quirk, Charlie Squirt conspiracy theories, and like in the background, the day of like 5 hours ago, there was like a horrible tragedy. So there was just like it's like, I don't know. I'm glad this is sort of how this one ended up right now.
I started writing a screenplay of her job interview with Charlie Kirk. I sent a little bit of it to Maddy.
Oh my God.
By the way.
We're gonna make her life a real movie.
Dude, my directorial debut 2026. It's gonna be good, dude. It's good script. It's got
I will
got
say
good bones.
her entire existence, I already knew this was a thing, but it really nailed it for me, is that like all of these Republicans, like pundits and grifters, are all failed actors and singers and screenwriters,
all
of them. Like, it's crazy how many of them tried to be famous.
Every single fucking pundit you can think of, right-wing pundit, they all had a moment where they made a song or they tried to write a script, or all of these people
wrote Jailbait when she was 16. Erika Kirk showed up on the episode of fucking Love House, dog. Like The Amazing
Race. We'll talk. We'll get into all of this in the specific episode. But yeah, she was making the rounds in more ways than one.
I will say one thing, because I know we're not talking about that, but I just want you guys both know I'm turning into kind of a messy bitch, because like when I went, like, Maddy, I think this is your fault. Like, you ruined me with all this stuff. This is you, because like the way like my jaw dropped when I found out that she did that episode after she and Charlie had already gone on their first date. She was on a date with the other guy in the thing.
See, I didn't know that part.
See, I'm getting in on the gossip now. I'm dishing.
You're beating me to the information for once.
What's the matter, Erika? Trouble in paradise?
You'd make a really good, look, if you ever need to make a life change, you'd make a really good Batman gay. You would be really
dude. I think you ever see that episode
of Williams. We're still looking for one of those.
Dude, It's Always Sunny, when they all play the game and Frank turns into kind of the caddy, like, it's gonna be a classy affair, but you can come anyway. Like, I could be like that, you know.
It's never too late for you. Never too late. But no, I'm glad that, you know, we'll do that episode because I've been wanting to do that one for a little bit because every single day there's something new with her. That fucking crazy. I don't know. She should be taking care of her kids. But
well,
you know, I'm
glad
just
the rumors she doesn't have her kids.
Yeah, and you don't know, Jim.
Sorry, I have to dish on
We're going to
that.
talk about that conspiracy. There's okay. I thought that was another bullshit one, but the more I read into it, I was like, huh. Like, I'm turning into QAnon, but for Erika Kirk custody battle. Like,
most of the stuff I believe about Erika Kirk is kind of in a joking way. Like, I don't necessarily fully wholeheartedly believe a lot of this stuff. But the stuff with her kids not being with her, I kind of believe it.
That one actually has legs, I think.
I think that it's possible, which is so weird.
And I mean, like, it could be something. Well, we should save this for later. But
Yeah,
I'll just finish
let's
that
save
thought
it.
by saying, like,
I have a
there
lot
could be
more to
an
say about
innocuous explanation for you know, whatever. But anyway, it is very funny.
But no, I'm glad that we sort of talked about a lot of this, just because, like, I you know, it's been on my mind all fucking day, and earlier in the summer, ICE made a fairly big presence in Chicago. Bovine cow was here in the summer also,
Mr. Milk,
and sort of made that big show of it. And there were like a couple of people that got shot. I think someone even died here too. But they weren't made a big deal because I think one of them was an illegal immigrant, but they did shoot and kill someone who shouldn't have gotten shot and killed. And it's just like they were fucking tear gassing, not exactly in my neighborhood specifically, but the neighborhood just north of me. They tear gassed a grocery store in a neighborhood. Like, they're fucking throwing tear gas in a neighborhood with like kids and shit. And it's like, I don't know, man. Like, I think you're right, Caleb. Like, the more this shit spreads around, the more people are subjected to seeing violence and smoke and guns and violence and people on their hands and knees with masked
did you hear what
officers
happened
with
to
no
that family?
faces.
They threw
Which
that
one?
tear gas canister into like an SUV.
Yeah,
That like
and they almost killed a baby.
Killed a 2-year-old. Yeah, they had to like do CPR on a baby. I'm sorry, I don't give a fuck. Like, you can be the most despicable piece of shit to me in your politics, but if you see that, like, people won't go along with that. That happens in your neighborhood. The more they expand that.
And I think they tried to say that the guy was part of the protest, which still wouldn't have justified it, even though it would for some right wingers. Yeah. He was literally just trying to go home and like was driving through the area and got like caught up in the streets being blocked off and stuff. So, yeah, I mean, I wonder what'll happen here because ICE hasn't really been seen too much, but I think a lot of people here aren't going to care until community members are gone, unfortunately. I mean, we have a lot of Mexican restaurants, a lot of Asian businesses where I live. You wouldn't think Des Moines, Iowa has a lot of immigrants, but we do have quite a few. And I think it's going to be until those businesses close and people can't go to the nail salon that they like. And like, that's when people here, I think, are going to care, which upsets me a lot that that's what it takes. But,
and the craziest thing too, is they're not just like going for like brown people south of the border. They're in Minnesota as well. They're also targeting the Hmong community, which for context, if people have not really heard too much about like Hmong people, they're a like Southeast Asian community of people. I don't think they ever had like a country. I don't know their history too much, but they're sort of like
Cambodia.
Yeah, that region. They're sort of like nomad-ish people that were like targeted by I don't know too much, but the reason is that there's like a lot of Hmong people in the Midwest. There's a lot of Hmong people in Milwaukee. I used to work with 2 people when I used to work up in Milwaukee who were Hmong and had like large traditional Hmong families. And it's like, these people are not illegal immigrants. They are refugees from like specifically being like targeted politically from their like home country. And why, like, the fact that these are some of the targets they're going after is just fucking crazy. Like, they're not just going for like illegal drug running Mexican immigrants. Like, we have to get serious here.
I mean, we have the Midwest is actually like really, really has huge populations of Asian communities all throughout. Even in like Missouri has a lot of Asian communities. And a lot of these families came here in the mid to late 1800s and have been here I mean, obviously there are newer immigrants, but a lot of these, especially Asian communities, have been here since before illegal immigration was a thing.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they've been here for like generations at this point, like at least some of these families. Absolutely.
Well, that's something I brought this up to my dad because I've been trying to politically sway him, and something I brought up to him
Valiant
was
effort.
It's tough, but he works in law enforcement, so it doesn't it can be hard. But something I brought up to him is a lot of these people that are against illegal immigration, their whole claim to not being illegal immigrants themselves is that their families have been here for 200 years and they came when, the Civil War was happening, their families fought the Civil War, but before the early 1900s there was no illegal way to come to this country. Anybody could come here and get land and build a life for themselves.
Yeah.
And then in the early 1900s, they started implementing immigration laws. And so, I mean, it's tough. Like, these people are against illegal immigration and they claim that their families did it the right way, but their families did it before there was a right way. And
a lot of families did it the way where they would go join the military, go to war, go kill people across the world, and then come back and get their citizenship. That's how a lot of people also did that.
Yep, absolutely. And so it's like I don't know. Trying to sway him is tough. I will say though, he comes from everything with like a law enforcement perspective, which is frustrating. Yeah. But the last two, the shooting of Renee Good and this ICE shooting, he has been unequivocally like those were wrong and shouldn't have happened, which I was surprised.
That's good. Yeah.
I was worried he would not have done that, but yeah.
That's good to hear. No, stuff like that is just a sign that on some levels, it's, some of the atrocities we're witnessing right now are like persuadable.
Yes.
On people, on some level.
Because there's been shootings and stuff in the past where I've talked to him about it, and he's always trying to kind of have the benefit of the doubt with the officer's intentions and things like that. And it's like, in this case, I don't think he can. He knows that it's malicious.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Goddamn. No, it sucks. It sucks. It's not going to get better until it gets worse, I fear.
Does Greg Bovino have a family?
That's a great question.
I just realized I don't know anything about him. I don't know if he's married. I don't know if he has kids. I don't know
What's
if he's
his
just
address? No, I'm just
yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I typed in Greg Bovino address. That's just what I typed. I don't really care about anything else other than that. I'm not sure, but I think
it's actually a lot funnier if he has no wife and kids.
Oh shit, I think I found it on Threads. Damn, they're fucking doing the work on there.
Yeah,
they're doing
is on Threads.
The LinkedIn libs are doing work too. See?
Shout out Threads. It looks like, so it's awesome that if you click on the link on just like Google, it'll take you to Threads and it'll say post has been deleted. It was probably because it's like doxing or whatever, but you can still see it on Google. Like you can see the whole post on Google still. Like just because the post is gone doesn't mean the like cached info isn't. So I have his address right here. So that is maybe some useful info. Not for me. I'm not going to do anything with it. I'm scared of confrontation generally.
Out of curiosity, what state is it in?
California.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that.
How north?
Yeah, hopefully this is the right guy, and I'm not just like
that's
throwing
true.
a different Gregory K. Bovino under the bus.
God, it would be horrible to be named that.
Yeah. Let's hope for this guy's case. This is the same one.
It's like, isn't there another guy named Jeffrey Epstein? That's like completely unrelated.
There are lots of Jeffrey Epsteins, actually.
It would suck to be named that. Oh gosh.
It's just like I think the guy that is named Jeffrey Epstein, who's in media, like I think the guy you're thinking of is in media too. He's like, just because like I'm not gonna. People always tell me to change my name, but I'm not changing my name just because there was one of us that was bad, and it's like you know what? Okay, I respect it, but also, do you really, really want to be like even subconsciously associated with like the biggest pedophile of all time? Like I don't know, man.
Yeah, I would just change it. I'm not fucking around with that.
It's like being named Bill Cosby. Like I would change that too. I would
please go by William, Willie.
Yeah, true. At least with Bill, there's a lot of nicknames.
Did you see the fucking new president in what is it, Namibia. There was a what, I don't know if it was president. It was an election somewhere in Africa, Namibia, and there was a guy. The guy who won, his name is Adolf Hitler Unona. Have you seen this? Adolf Hitler.
Jesus Christ.
And he's like, I swear, he's like a leftist. He's like a communist, but he's like, I swear my name has nothing to do with Nazism. And I think he like changed his name. I think like when he got elected was like, I promise I'm going to change my name.
I'll change my name if you elect me.
If I win, I'll change my name.
And he won. He did win.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, no, shout out to, actually, I'm not going to say that.
No,
shout out to that guy.
People will clip that real hard.
Yeah, I don't need to say that. But I think I was going to say one last thing about, I don't know, ICE and all this shit. I don't know. They're, just go to a protest. Go like fucking be like active. Will Stancil. Do what Will Stancil would do. Yeah. Go out.
Chase them down in your fucking 2012 Honda Fit. Like,
you can go TikTok famous for it if you need incentive. There's a bunch of accounts on TikTok I've seen that are like going viral that just all they post is them tailing ICE agents in their car and like yelling at them through the windows. So hey, Beast you can mode. Make a paycheck from it at least.
Mm-hmm.
No,
TikTok
absolutely,
pays better than fucking X.
Does it?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, loads better. Yeah.
I've never done the X monetization, but yeah,
I don't really know how TikTok works, but I assume if a lot of people have escalated to massive amounts of fame, because I think like aren't there like TikTok guys working at SNL now or something?
Yeah,
like people have really skyrocketed.
Yeah,
they're apparently not very good, but they are from TikTok.
I mean, you can literally just like make a decent, well, I don't know, it's gotten so saturated and different. I'll just say this, don't ask why I know these things, but you can like just make an account where all you do is just like do a text to voice of like a Reddit story to like whatever footage of a fucking video game, and just like crank those out and post them, and they get, you know, millions of views and you get paid for it.
Yeah, so. I get those on my For You page every once in a while, and I never watch them, but every time I'm flabbergasted because the likes are like 2 million.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who is watching this?
I could tell you who's making them.
Well, I mean, the people who make them they're the same kind of guys who make YouTube videos where they're like, here's how you can make millions of dollars on TikTok by using AI, because they use an AI like voice to do it. But no, I was back to the subject. I will say, I agree. Go to a protest, even if you're in the Midwest and it's negative 10 degrees out. The Minnesotans can do it, so can we.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even in where I want to move to, up in like Superior and Duluth, up in like northern Minnesota.
Beautiful area, beautiful.
They have had protests up there, and it's negative. I think the wind chill I saw was like negative 50 with the wind chill, and they had protests up there. So like, get out. You like be outside and be with community, because there's a lot more people. On the line. And there's a lot more people that think like you than what the internet would have you believe.
I'll also just say, speak to people, because maybe you are super depressed. Maybe your executive function is in the toilet. Maybe you're disabled in other ways. Maybe there's just a reason that you can't, or at least you're not even mentally ready to do that right away. I think the best thing to do is just get out. Like, you know, when I kind of made the joke about how like much better I felt when I went on the train and took the train and got a cup of coffee the other day.
Yeah,
I've been doing that more, and I started working on my bird habitat restoration and all these other things that I've been working on. And just being out with people and seeing how normal and good a lot of people actually are helps.
It does.
And then you can use that as a building block to maybe go to, I don't know, a DSA meeting if that's your thing. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. You know, with DSA, it's one of those things where like it's only as good as the chapter that's closest to you, whether you're going to take anything from it, you know.
Yeah.
But maybe that's good. I mean, even if your chapter isn't great, just getting out and being around people who you could otherwise trust to think that this is fucked up. It's good. And I'll tell you what not to do. Don't doom. And also, I got to say, I've seen a lot of this in our own community, even, that I really don't like. people shitting on the protests, saying it's not enough or it's bullshit or whatever. Don't do that. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you're not helping. Like, unless you're redirecting to other behavior that you think is like good, don't shit on people who are trying right now. That's the last thing that we need in this moment. So don't do it. Just get out there.
I saw a post yesterday that was about one of those corny protest signs that was just kind of cringe, like white person protest sass type of thing.
Yeah.
And the person posted it complaining about it, and somebody made a very good point that was like, they are out there at a protest right now, and this was before there was another shooting. So they were like, this is they're at this protest and they are putting themselves in, especially given what's going on right now, they are putting themselves in danger just by being there. And sure, it's cringy, but they are doing something, and I don't think we should shit on that. And it's the same thing with like those people that dress up in the inflatable animal costumes at protests, because they are getting attacked by these agents too. They are getting arrested and detained by these agents too. It's cringy, sure, but
that's like a whole known tactic at protests to wear the silly suits to de-escalate. Like, that's a real thing that people do intentionally. And I completely agree with you, Maddy. And I'll also say this, like, the cringe, whatever, like lib wine mom kind of semiotics are extremely important right now. You know why? Because we need those people in the coalition. You need everybody right now. So I just don't think that it's like, unless somebody's doing something that's like actively harmful, I just don't think that there's really any room right now to do anything but build the coalition against what is happening in this moment.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I agree.
Okay. I don't know. That's close to an hour. We kind of, again, we were not planning on talking about that. I did it like literally until we hit record. We were like planning to talk about Erika. So I don't know. This has been very disjointed. I know it has. I'm
glad we talked about it though, because I've been thinking about it nonstop for all today, the last couple of days, last month, forever now. So
I've been pretty fucked up over it.
It's We'll don't worry. We'll do the Erika Kirk episode. Like within a week. We'll have
even more to talk about by the time we get there.
And I think we'll have, unfortunately, probably more to talk about ice-wise. That's like, we actually had a separate ice episode that we've been kind of working on that's a little different and more focused. And we'll do that stuff too. So like, if you're thinking that like, oh, this is just a disjointed conversation, you're right. But we're going to come back with more stuff. Just I think we just needed to talk,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. I don't really have anything to plug except for, if you're listening to this, thank you, and be kind to yourself. It's really hard to be gracious and accept the fact that you deserve to not feel terrible in a lot of cases like this. Please, please, please make sure that you're taking care of yourself right now. And the one way to frame it, if you need to, is there are other people right now that need you to be at your best. So take care of yourself. Take care of your community, and that starts with yourself. So if you're feeling depressed, just understand that that's important too. That's my plug. Self-care.
My plug is go to a protest. That's all I got.
Mine is to go eat at a restaurant owned by immigrants and give them your money.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll see you next week. Thank you, guys.
See ya.
the computer.